So the Sphinx in Dragons Dogma 2 is an optional quest that you can pursue. It's called a Game of Wits and it is definitely worth doing. For taking this quest to the end without failing anything, you'll net yourself a Wakestone, a potion that gives you the ability to capture and transport an NPC, a port crystal, 1200 RC, 3 fairy stones, 120,000 gold, the Ring of Ambition, an eternal bond, a powerful weapon for the Trickster vocation, the Unmaking Arrow, which kills anything in one hit, and most importantly, the Eternal Wakestone. And this is how you get it all. So if you're still yet to find the Sphinx, then you'll need to head over to the Mountain Shrine. It is here on the map, and you can get to it easily from Checkpoint Rest Town. Just follow my route. There were sections where I got into long fights or hit a dead end and went back on myself, so I'll just cut those bits and blend it all together as seamlessly as possible.
I shall remain by your side. Sort of interest, a ballista.
Let us make use of this during battle. I've no doubt would catch our foes unawares.
A strange sort that ventures willingly into darkness.
Eventually, you'll come across a sleeping Cyclops, and once you defeat him, behind him is a ladder that leads to the World's End Cavern.
Water is now invisible in this gloom. No few times has an overconfident step soaked my boots.
I dare say that's part and parcel of the adventurer's trade.
Not much chance of a friendly conversation with this lot.
I grant you access.
Your ribbon has been torched. Quick, douse the flames. I knew you'd prevail, Master.
Good see. Lots of catching up to do.
You'll run into a bunch of bandits, and then after working your way through, you'll find a rock wall to smash down, and there will be a bunch of those annoying ghost enemies. But keep heading out and you'll eventually get outside, and then we'll have to fight a golem. These guys are easy enough, just aim for the magic blue spot on them and don't get hit. Now just head through the shrine corridor to the mountain shrine, climb up the little hill to your right, and boom, you've made it to the Sphinx. Time to start doing some riddles. One thing I will add here is make sure you pop a port crystal down because there's going to be a lot of running back and forth, and trust me, it just cuts down on time. You will get some fairy stones and a port crystal during the quest, so if you don't have any yet, it's all good. Just remember to throw the port crystal down as soon as you get it. You will also be able to pick it back up when you're done in this location.
Another dogged adventurer come to take my life.
This is one of the easiest riddles the Sphinx gives you. In the short cutscene, she'll show you a door opening nearby and she'll ask you to go find the most valuable item inside the cave. Don't worry about heading inside and fighting the endless mobs of goblins. The items inside are boring. Just focus on getting yourself the item that she's talking about. And to get that, walk through the door, turn around, and you'll see steps up to a chest containing the item she's talking about. It's a potion called the Sealing File, and it's used to trap NPCs so you can transport them easily. Once you show it to her, she'll let you keep it. You'll also get access to the first chest, which contains a Wakestone. An incredibly easy riddle here. The Sphinx wants you to bring her your most beloved NPC. Now, you could go find the NPC you're currently trying to romance, grab them, and then fairy stone them back to this location, or even use the Sealing File that you got earlier. But the quickest way to get this done is just throw down your main pawn in front of the Sphinx, and this will satisfy her. You'll now be able to open the second chest, which contains a port crystal. If you haven't done so already, I'd highly recommend using the port crystal in this location so that you can teleport back here with a fairy stone later on. This is an odd riddle, but it's easily done. And it's much quicker if you've got fairy stones to spare. You'll need to head to Harv Village, which is here on the map. And there is a port crystal here, so you can just fast travel if you need to. If not, you'll just need to go on foot. Once you get to Harv Village, look for the Riftstone, head inside, and you'll need to hire any of the weirdly named pawns with Sphinx Parent, Sphinx Mother, or Sphinx Father as a name. I went with Sphinx Mother, but you can go with whoever. Once you've hired them, head back to the Sphinx and put the pawn you hired in front of her. This will satisfy the riddle and you'll now get access to the third chest, which contains 1,200 Rift Crystals. For the Riddle of Conviction, you just need to hand over an item that you like. Although she says that you may lose it forever, you'll actually get back the original and a duplicate when you open the rewards chest. I went for a port crystal because you can literally give her anything and she'll duplicate it for you. This is the trickiest riddle so far and will require you to rely on your actual real life memory. After you start this riddle, you'll have 7 in-game days to finish it and get back to the Sphinx. So for this riddle, you'll need to remember the first time you found a Seeker token and then return to that exact spot. When you get there, there'll be a Finder's token waiting exactly where you found the Seeker's token, so just pick it up, then head back to the Sphinx. For me, it was a temple in the Batal Forest, the place you received the Trickster vocation from. Then once I picked it up, I just used a fairy stone to teleport straight back to the Sphinx and had it all done in one in-game day. Once you've done this, you'll unlock the final chest, which contains 3 fairy stones. So when the Sphinx unlocks the final chest, she will then fly off to the Frontier Shrine. If you're quick enough, which I was not, you can actually grab the final items from the chest and hop on the Sphinx's back as she leaves. But if not, it's all good. Just head back over to the checkpoint rest town and follow my exact steps.
We prevailed by the skin of our teeth.
We were overconfident in our abilities. It is a painful reminder that fortune will not always favour us.
As a matter of fact, curious thing, one of my masters chose to hire only women. I wonder why.
I'll be sure to keep that in mind. We found a chest, but I wouldn't get too excited if I were you. You won't always find what you hope for.
There's treasure within, I'm certain of it. But there's only one way to find out.
No sense letting the enemy gain the upper hand. The early griffin gets the worm, as they say. Is this a challenge arisen? See who can keep pace?
No time to catch your breath. Try to keep up.
Use ice's bitter grip to chill our foes to the bone. I'll make the plane go away. Let's keep still a moment. My magics are at your disposal.
You have my protection.
Are we leaving already? Bother, I was just getting warmed up.
A fantastic find. I wonder whether my master from beyond the rift managed to find that. Somehow I doubt it. All creatures who know death cling to life.
I see no merit in hunting down such ravens.
A good sleep does wonders. Come, we've much to be getting on with.
Shall we get underway?
Ingredients are plentiful hereabouts.
We could pick some now and use them when the need arises. You're well fond of picking things up, aren't you? Not a bad idea.
I'll wager.
I'd say we collect as much as we can.
Now you're at the Frontier Shrine. For the love of God, please put down a port crystal. You will thank me later. One thing to keep in mind for this next bit is, apart from the first one, all of the riddles from here are in a random order. I'll make sure to timestamp the video so you can click back and forward to the ones you need. Okay, so once you make it to the Frontier Shrine, talking to the Sphinx actually counts as the first riddle, the Riddle of Reunion. So after doing this, she'll unlock the first chest in this location for you, and it contains 105,000 gold. Okay, this riddle is designed to trick you, so make sure you pay attention here. The Sphinx will ask you to bring her an NPC, and she'll show you what they look like. The tricky thing here is this NPC has a twin. So it's important you kidnap the right one. So Dante is the NPC with his hair a little shorter and parted to the right. You can find him floating around near the inn at the checkpoint rest town, whilst Virgil has much longer hair and it's parted to the left. He can be found the other side of the big gate at the checkpoint rest town, basically in Batar. If you're like I was and you haven't unlocked Batar yet, you can use the trick to sneak in there. I have a very short video on it that I'll pin in the comments, and I'll link it at the end of the video too. So once you've got the right NPC, I used photo mode just to double check whether it was the right guy or not. Pick them up and use a ferry stone to fast travel back to the Frontier Shrine. Putting the correct NPC in front of the Sphinx will satisfy her, and she'll unlock the next chest, which will contain the whimsical Daydream, a powerful trickster weapon. For this riddle, you'll need to rely on your real-life memory. The Sphinx will ask you to tell her how many riddles you've solved so far. Obviously, the riddles at the Frontier Shrine are all in a random order, so whilst I can't give you the exact answer, I can help. So the Mountain Shrine riddles and the first Frontier Shrine riddle add up to 6. So if you've been asked the question straight after arriving at the Frontier Shrine and then opening your first chest, the answer will be 6. If not, just add any other riddles you've completed since then to the first 6. For me, I did the 5 Mountain Shrine riddles. I arrived at the Frontier Shrine and spoke to the Sphinx, which was the Riddle of Reunion. I then did the Riddle of Differentiation, so when I was asked this riddle, I had done 7. Once you figured out how many you've done, just drop the statues in front of her. It doesn't matter where they go as long as they are near her. After doing this, you'll unlock another chest, which will contain the Unmaking Arrow. This can kill anything in one hit, and we will be using it very shortly. For this riddle, all you have to do is fight and defeat a soldier. But there is a catch. The Sphinx will equip you with a ring that lowers the damage that you deal by quite a lot. Your damage will be non-existent, but it doesn't actually matter. All you need to do here is stagger the soldier, and then from here you can pick them up and throw them off the edge of the cliff. This will complete this riddle, and then the Sphinx will open the chest, which contains the Ring of Ambition. But you need to remember to remove the ring the Sphinx equipped, because it won't remove automatically. This was the final riddle for me and could definitely be considered the trickiest if you don't do it in a very specific way. You're tasked with taking a very fragile pot to a man in Batar, and if you're hit, it'll smash. If you drop it, it'll smash. And you know as well as I do that not getting hit in Dragons Dogma is near impossible when you're out traveling the roads. You also can't use a fairy stone whilst holding the pot, so don't try to be sneaky. The best way to do this is to leave the pot where it is and go to Batar and collect the man. You can then bring him to the pot. Just don't do what I did the first time and throw him at the pot. Once the man has the pot, he'll be happy and you can speak to the Sphinx to unlock the chest, which contains an eternal bond. This can be used to make NPCs like you more. Okay, so to get the Eternal Wakestone, you'll need to finish all 10 of the riddles. After finishing the 10th riddle and talking to the Sphinx, she'll say that there's nothing left and she'll begin flying away. What you want to do is very quickly initiate a fight with her. For me, I knew this was coming, so before the final riddle, I went and changed my vocation to an archer. If you do this, it will make it very easy to initiate combat with her, as you just have to hit her with an arrow 3 times. It will then trigger a cutscene, she'll call you greedy, and then she'll land again ready to fight you. Your pawns will run in to help defeat her, but ideally, you don't want to fight her and risk losing your chance at the Eternal Wakestone. She does also try to fly away at a few different points if you don't disable her wings, so your best bet here is to go into your inventory, equip the Unmaking Arrow you got for completing the Riddle of Recollection, then with this arrow fire it straight at the Sphinx and you'll defeat her instantly. But be warned, as soon as you fire it, the game will save instantly, so there's no redos here. But if you hit her, you'll trigger a cutscene where the Sphinx will basically tell you completed the final test, and then she'll drop you about 15k and a key. The key opens the big chest behind, which contains the Eternal Wakestone. The Eternal Wakestone can be used to revive everyone in the vicinity, so if your pawn got the Dragon's Plague affliction and went rogue one night, you can now wake the whole town up as opposed to running around using 200 single Wakestones. So I hope this helped, subscribe for more, and thanks for watching.